Here are 4 tips you need right now in this very moment in order to be prepared to live your best life next year. If you don't do these things, you may just find yourself on the good old hamster wheel, aka same place you were last year, this time next year. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you my top 4 things that I had to implement in order to set myself up for success next year so that I could live the best life that I wanted to live and that I so desire. So let's get into it. The first step that's imperative to let go so that you can live your best life is stress. STRESS. I cannot stress this enough. Sometimes we don't recognize stress because it may be something that we've been doing for a while. So now it's like it feels normal, but when in reality, it's bringing you stress. Pay close attention to how you feel when you are doing certain things because this is a surefire way to diagnose if this is bringing you stress or not. And I'm pretty sure when I said that, something popped in your head, right? So that one thing that just popped in your head, figure out if you're going to do the 3 Ds. What are they? Do, delegate, or delete. Are you going to still do it even though it's bringing you stress? Because, I mean, we are created to, do our own thing. So figure out if you're going to do it. And if you are going to do it, let's just say it's something that you say you must do. Like you have to be a part of this. You must do it. Then figure out a way that you can do it without it being as stressful. So let's just say the stress level right now is a 10 and you can bring it down to a stress level of 5. No, it's not the ultimate thing that's going to bring it down to a 1 or a 0, but you can at least bring it down so that you can get through a less stressful life. Let's say, for instance, cleaning the toilet. You may not be able to hire help to do that. You may not have kids at home or a husband or a spouse, partner to clean the toilet for you. So you may have to clean the toilet. But maybe you can buy something that's aesthetically pleasing, like a gold brush or the scents to clean the toilet, your favorite scents of the Pine Sol or whatever. Like, figure out how you can make this less stressful. What's going on here? Okay. The next D is delegate. As I stated before, if you can hire help or you may have some help to clean the toilet, then delegate it. Have someone else do this task for you so that you can be relieved from the stress, or delete. Now, we can't just delete the toilet cleaning. And I'm sorry, this sounds so disgusting. I swore I put my phone on Do Not Disturb. So I totally forgot even your favorites can get through when you have it on Do Not Disturb. So sorry about that. So yeah. Or you're going to just not do the thing, even though toilet cleaning is something that, we want to do unless you're just like not sanitary. So I'm not sure if that's a great analogy for the do, delegate, delete, but you get the picture, right? All right. So figure out whatever that thing is that popped in your head. Are you going to continue doing it, delegate it to someone else, or not do it at all? Like, we're not going to the PTA meetings anymore on Wednesdays because that's bringing me stress. All right, next thing. It's time to let go of what you think people may think of you. I pause, right? So it's time to let go because most of the time it's not even true. It's just something that we're planting in our heads. Well, if I do this, they may think of me as this way. Or if I do this one thing, they may think of me that way. This one was really hard for me to let go because sometimes, well, I don't want to say I tend to people please, but I do tend to think whatever someone says that I can do, I want to show them that I can do it. Now, let's just be clear. Even though you can do it, you're capable, it's easy, or you're up for a challenge, you can do it. It doesn't necessarily mean that you should be doing it. So here's your sign. Launch that thing you've been thinking. Do that thing you've been thinking, no matter what you think people may think. Next thing, it's time to let go of the old. It's time to let go of the old you. And for some of you, that may just felt like a pit in the stomach, but I'm just here to tell you, sometimes we are in our own way. Sometimes we do a little bit of self-sabotaging, or maybe a lot of it. So what does getting rid of your old self means? Well, basically, in a nutshell, this could mean a few things, but basically, whatever you were doing or whatever happened to you in the past that you're still holding on to because for some odd reason you think you're carrying that with you day to day, it's time to get rid of it. So let's just say something traumatic happened to you in your past, or someone maybe told you no in the past, or someone may say you talk this way, so you can't do a podcast. You have too much of a Southern accent, or maybe someone said, no, you can't do that because your hair is not, corporate, whatever. Let it go. Because right now, like we're in the great resignation right now. Why? Because so many people are figuring out a better way of life. We're no longer tied to the people that's going to say you have to be here at this time, do this and do this and do this, and you're going to make this much money. No, we're wanting more flexibility. And that's the reason why more people are starting businesses and figuring out what it is that they love to do, what it is that they can create just so they can still make money. Because we're not going to say we don't need money, because we do need money to survive. I get that. I understand that. So get out of your own way, queen. Look at the queen in the mirror and say, bye, Felicia. That right there no longer serves me. I got to let it go. I have to let it go. And one thing that really helped me do this was to get this right here right, to get my mindset right. Because without this here, we tend to go back and forth and we tend to battle. And so I'm not sure if you've ever heard of the Miracle Morning. This is not sponsored. This is what carried me through when I was working in my direct sales business, trying to get to a certain directorship level. This is what carried me through mentally to get there. And it's called The Miracle Morning. It's a book written by Hal Elrod. And I think right now he has like spinoffs of it depending on your field, like one for real estate, one for students, one for network marketers, one for just everyday people. Like you can go find this book. I'll try to link it below. But basically, it consists of an acronym called SAVERS, SAVERS, 6 of them. And the S stands for silent time, A is for affirmations, V is for visualization, E is for exercise, R is for reading, and S is for scribing. I know you're like, Akila, who has time to do all that? Like, that's bringing me stress. So figure out if you can only do those 6 things in the morning. It's like your morning routine. How are you going to fit those in? Maybe it's just 2 minutes for each. Maybe you only have 30 minutes, 30 extra minutes, and you can only do 2 each. But I have a whole course on that. It's a free course. I'll link it below. It's actually free. You can click the link, get added in, and you can see how I do mine. And then I also give you examples of what you can do. I did it in my free Facebook group, but I just put it on a inside of a course where it also comes with a free workbook. So you can write along in there as I'm going through my miracle morning to help you conquer the morning so that you can what? Conquer the day. And we conquer each day. We conquer the week. We conquer a couple of weeks. We've conquered the month. We've conquered a couple of months. We've conquered the year. So you can see, y'all, we can eat an elephant one bite at a time. So don't think about this whole gigantic thing. Just say, what can I do today? What can I do today? Miracle Morning. Even if it's not all 6, maybe you can squeeze 4 in. Squeeze 4. But what is it going to do? Get your mind on the right track to propel and do the right things at the end of the day. Okay? Last but not least, toxic relationships. Toxic relationships, y'all. I am so big on energy. I'm so big on energy. So if you're one of those people who's very negative, you always see the problem, but you can't really find the solution, or if you're just coming off like, I want to be in your space, but I'm really not your girl. Like, I can feel that. I'm very big on energy. And so you need to let those people go. And I'm not saying you have to say, hey, girl, I'm not talking to you no more. Hey, boy, I'm not talking to you no more. Hey, sister, I'm not getting, you don't have to do that. You can love them from a distance, but don't let them soak up your energy. There's some energy suckers out here. Don't let them soak up your energy and put you in a bad mood. And how can you tell who this hair? How can you tell if someone is sucking the life out of you? Think about when you had that conversation. I'm coming back to it. How do you feel? How do you feel? If you're not feeling amazing, bye, Felicia. It's time to get off the phone. And you don't even have to say, girl, I can't do this with you. I got to get off the phone. You can say, oh my God, my kid just had an accident. I got to go. They just spilled the sugar all over the floor. Girl, I got to go. It ain't even got to be, I'll call you back. Girl, I got to go. And be done with that. So get rid of toxic people. Be cordial, but don't be a fool. All right, guys. So quick recap. We are getting rid of what? Number one, stress. Number two, we are getting rid of what we may think other people will think of us. We're not going down that rabbit hole because we don't know. We're creating these things. Number three, we are letting go of the old you. Whatever happened to you in the past, whatever came about in the past, we're letting it go because it's not serving us for the future. And number four, toxic relationships. Toxic relationships. We're letting go of the people that are not serving us. Okay, queens, that's it. Those are the 4 tips that you need to let go so that you can live your best life next year. Take action now. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, share it, comment below. Tell me which one of those 4 things you are doing right now. It's one thing to sit here and consume content, and knowledge is power, but I always say applied knowledge is power. What actions are you going to take? What are you going to let go? Tell me in the comments. Tell me in the comments which one of those 4 things. And if you say, girl, I got to do all 4, but I don't want to overwhelm you. So if you want to start out with just one, let me know which one of those 4 things that you're going to take immediate action on right now so that you can have your best life and start out next year strong and on top. Also, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a video. And we can continue this conversation. I'm over there on Instagram. We can talk about it in the stories, talk about it in the DMs, whatever you want to do. Come hang out with me over there. I'm Akila B over there on Instagram. I'll have that linked below. If you want to see a week in my life on how I schedule joy, make sure you watch this next video.